Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good evening to the Third Man Cricket Show, and we are back to analyze the Pakistan versus New Zealand game. And I have Mohit as well as Himanshu here with me. So, how are you guys? How excited are you for today's game? Obviously, New Zealand's first game. Pakistan have already won one game against India, but how excited are you for today's game? Starting with you, Mohit.
Yeah, so a spicy match yet again, the result of which may affect some permutations and combinations for both the teams playing today and India as well. Because in my opinion, India and both the teams today playing are the top contenders for the title, and this match weighs a lot if we think in that manner. So yes, we know that Park is coming in after beating India by 10 wickets, and New Zealand are playing their first game as well. But we have seen them in their warm up matches, though they have lost both of them, but they were not completely dismantled like we saw India losing the other day and Scotland losing yesterday. So expecting another exciting game from bowling heavy units.
Exactly. And Himanshu, coming to you, कितनी excitement है? How excited are you about this game? Because पाकिस्तान का second game है, न्यूजीलैंड का पहला ही game है, so there is a surprise element कि पता नहीं कैसे खेलेंगे. So how excited are you?
Yes, I am damn excited because this match may decide the top two as well. Because I believe there are three teams for the top two spot, and this match may churn up the net run rate and everything. So it might be handy in the end for from India's point of view as well as from New Zealand and Pakistan's point of view. If Pakistan wins this match, I think Pakistan is sure to qualify to the next round. So New Zealand will then have a tough task against India because both the teams will be coming after a loss then. So this match has some great expectations and means you can add extreme value to this match.
Yes, and the last five T20s that Pakistan have played against New Zealand, three have been won by Pakistan and two have been won by in the Kiwis. So Pakistan do lead 3-2 in terms of the last five games. And Ankit rightly mentioning here that a win for New Zealand will put India in pressure because then both the teams will have won one game, but India is still yet to play their second game after having lost their first. So Mohit, coming to you, New Zealand would want to start their campaign on a high, but against a high-powered Pakistan lineup, what do you think will be a key factor going ahead?
I guess the key factor will be their bowling unit only, because they will be having uh, Trent Bolt, Lockie Ferguson, Tim Saudi, or one among Tim Saudi and Kylie Jamieson. So yes, they will be depending more on their bowlers, but batters need to perform as well, because we have seen that they have their unit batters batting unit. Which is not more settled yet. They tried both. In the first warm up game they tried Derry Mitchell with Martin Guptill. In the second game they tried Seifert. They have a lot of openers in their squad, be it Seifert, Mitchell, Martin Guptill. All of them can bat. Glenn Phillips, Devon Conway. So it will be a difficult task to set up a good order to bat, and then uh, their bowling is what they depend upon more.
Yes, truly. And big news coming here: Lockie Ferguson ruled out of the T20 World Cup, and Adam Milne replaces him. So Himanshu, coming to you, and even you, Mohit. After that, how big a blow is this for New Zealand even before the tournament begins? A bowler like Lockie Ferguson, who was in prime form, who notches 145, 150 at times, is ruled out of the World Cup even before the World Cup campaign starts. So how big a blow will this be for New Zealand?
So New Zealand is already on back foot. This is a huge blow because Lockie had played extremely well in Dubai, and apart from final, he was on in stellar form, and he consistently clocks 145 to 150, which troubles any bloody good batsman. So this Adam Milne, though, even though he's on same pace level, but he's bit erratic and more inconsistent than Lockie Ferguson. he might be like to like replacement, but Lockie Ferguson brings in form and experience as well, because in IPL he was tearing apart opposition teams. So it's a
Yes,
huge
and
blow for
Mohit,
New Zealand.
exactly. And Mohit, what are your views on the same? Obviously, a big blow. You will agree to that, but what do they do now? I mean, it's obviously a very big blow considering that he was high on confidence as well, because KKR played the finals
Exactly.
of the IPL and he did play in the finals of the IPL. But how big a blow do you think it is?
It is bigger, as we know, because he was in some sublime form, as we saw in the IPL in recently as well, constantly touching 145 plus easily. But I guess I was thinking, I was hoping that Adam Mill should come in squad in place of any bowler. But they have a lot of pacers as well, so that was not the case. But yes, Adam Mill coming in, he was in reserves, but now he is in team. So I guess he will be the player to watch for me, because he has also done well in the past, and he was also bowling some good bowls when he was in the team.
Yes, Abdullah Amir here making a very bold statement that Pakistan to lose, as they are way too overconfident, and every team which was overconfident has lost in group stages. So, mind you, Abdullah Amir is a guy from Pakistan. He is a Pakistani. So this statement coming from a citizen of Pakistan is really something that is not so I mean, usual in terms of patriotism or supporting, but we really encourage, or we really are happy that fans are very honest in their opinions that they project in world cricket, especially. And Sanchit mentioning a dead bowling is a big concern for New Zealand. Yes, because bowlers like Tim Southee have not been in the best of forms. And a very interesting comment here from Sanchit is that if New Zealand wins today, we might we Indians might not even qualify even if we win 4 out of 4 games due to the net run rate tussle. Net run rate तो कल अफगानिस्तान का क्या हो गया है हम लोगों को मालूम है. It's plus 6.5, so that's no way anyone can get there. But this is something which is very concerning, and hence today's game becomes a lot more important. But considering the factors that the X factors for the today's game, I think it's really important to lay attention or lay focus on someone like Shaheen Shah Afridi, because his performance against India has been really good, and the way he attacks right-handers, especially players like Martin Guptill who will be coming into bat today, I think it's really is going to be a tussle to watch out for. So, what do you guys make of that?
So
Mohit, you're on mute. Yes,
I
Himanshu, go
think
ahead.
Yeah, so this battle will be interesting because Shaheen Shah Afridi is high on confidence after last match, and he has bowled exceptionally well. I guess today's match is in Sharjah, right? So I don't know how much ball is swinging there. So, but that left-hander angle which he generates is lethal, and Martin Guptill has not been in prime of his form. So think he will struggle against Shaheen Shah Afridi today.
Exactly. And Mohit, how excited are you to look ahead to the contest of Shaheen Shah Afridi taking on the New Zealand batters? Well, I guess Mohit is facing some network issues. But guys, there's another game going on which South Africa seem to be winning very easily. That they just need 8 runs in 13 balls. So yes,
Okay.
Mohit is right here. Mohit, I would like to ask you about the battle between Shaheen Shah Afridi and the New Zealand batsman. How excited are you to watch that battle?
Yes, pretty much excited, because he is coming with a lot of confidence, and also if you talk about New Zealand batters, they might be struggling his in swingers, and cause they are not in form in recent times, as we have seen, cause uh, uh, someday any batter is performing, and the other day any other, so they are not constantly performing consistently also. So yes, it will be a battle to look out for, and I'll be backing Shaheen Shah Afridi in this battle.
obviously, I mean, we have to, all Indians will be backing him to take some early wickets. And there's another game that I was referring to that's going on. South Africa just needs 7 runs in 12 balls, so we'll have the post match just for a few minutes of that game as well once South Africa finish. But Kane Williamson, guys, Kane Williamson gave a very strong statement to the media saying that the biggest strength that New Zealand have is their flexibility in the batting order. So I think they have got batters who can come in and hit at all stages of the game. So what do you think on the same? How interesting will it be to watch the middle order batsmen and the flexibility in the batting order of New Zealand play against Pakistan's bowling lineup. Pakistan is always known for having great bowlers. So how do you think will that fare out?
Well, I guess
New
if it's
Zealand.
a
Okay.
uh,
Yeah, please
if
go ahead.
it's a if it's Kane is saying that if it's a flexibility, I would say they are not much played many games as a side as a combined 11, cause they try some opener, as I talked earlier, some opener in one game, the other opener the other game, and they have not played many matches giving a fixed position to a particular player, so that might affect them. But if yes, the batters are very flexible. If we think in that manner, they can play as a three down, they can play as a four down. uh, anyone among Phillips, Seifert, Conway, Darren Mitchell. And, well, I want to ask one question. If you are playing today, then who would you bat at the opening place along with Martin Guptill?
I guess I would
Oh,
go with Devon Conway. He has
yes,
been in
pretty much
stellar
same.
form, and he is a left-handed batsman. So I guess if he takes the strike against Shaheen Shah Afridi, he might even negate the angle which he generates, Shaheen Shah Afridi against the right-hander. So that might be one of the strategies to counter the threat of opening bowling of Pakistan.
Yes, same here, same here. I would go
And
with Devon
he is
Conway as well.
capable of playing as an anchor or an aggressive batsman. So I guess Devon Conway
but
should
but
be
they
there.
but the Black Caps didn't even tried Conway in the warm up games as well as opener. So
Okay. That's the point of warm up games, try to give other players a chance to get in form and anything. Because till then, Conway was playing opening position and he was doing fairly decently well. So
yes,
I
agree.
guess they should stick to that formula which has worked again. No need to be tinkering around working formula, I guess.
Yes,
Yes, that's really true, and even I agree to the fact that Devon Conway should be placed at the top of the order because he has that ability to take the attack to the bowlers. But we might have the news from the center about the toss, so I would like to ask you about your toss predictions. Before that, this is it. We have it. Pakistan have won the toss and have decided to bowl first yet again on the Sharjah pitch, which seems to be improving quite a bit. It is not the same that we used to see in the IPL, but we are in for another high-scoring contest, as we may say, with the Pakistanis being high on confidence. But the update from the other game is that South Africa have beaten West Indies quite comfortably by 8 wickets. So that's almost the end of West Indies' hopes for the qualifications, as Sanchit is rightly mentioning here. On that note, I would like to add Vansh to the stream because we like to discuss a bit on the South Africa West Indies game as well, and we have Omkar waiting as well to discuss about the same game. So once over to you, we'll be here just a 5 to 10 minute discussion on the afternoon game.
Yeah, thanks, Amog. Another good victory for South Africa. Their first one, in fact, in this World Cup. So they win by 8 wickets with 10 balls to spare, and what an innings by Markram. 51 of 26, the fastest 50 of this year's World Cup so far. And Omkar, an important victory for South Africa indeed.
Yeah, definitely. Because they were missing Quinton Dickow. Quinton Dickow was not there due to some circumstances tonight, and as I mentioned in the pre-match show, that Markham has to step up because as a captain, Bauma is not playing much because as a captain, you should take the responsibility to play, which he's not doing much. So I feel like South Africa should appoint Aiden Markram as their captain after this T20 World Cup campaign ends. Because what happens, a player like Markram is a delight to watch when he takes the responsibility on his shoulders. Because once he was an opener, but after that he adopted the conditions of the to handle the middle order really well. And he's now established his place at number 3, number 4. So I feel like a captain taking his responsibility at number 4 will be very much crucial for South African cricket, because what we have seen is that this South African team was badly beaten in the 2019 World Cup. Like it was not looking the same South Africa we all know. And this win might be a redemption for South African cricket. The young men are performing for them, so that we can see the spark a little bit coming in for South Africa in the future.
Rightly said. The spark is coming in from the youngsters for South Africa this time around. Aiden Markram, in fact, bowled the only maiden over in this in today's game as well. So not to forget his his contribution with the ball for South Africa. But we've got Mohit here, we've got Himanshu here as well. So guys, what do you think about West Indies batting lineup? I mean, they're filled with some big names. They just don't seem to be doing the job, isn't it, Mohit?
Yeah, exactly. And on these kind of pitches, they need to play more sensibly, taking the singles and doubles games as well. Because these are not flat pitches like of Bangalore and some other like that. Because they can't just come and hit slog even on the first ball, as we saw in the previous game, in this game as well. That Russell was coming and hitting the first ball for just swinging the bat. So they need to play more sensibly. Yes, this was better than 55, but again, Simmons played a bit slower, a bit more slower, and Lewis played very good innings, but they were not capitalized lately. Also, if we talk about bowling, then South Africa, they got a good wicket in the opening over only, but then Van der Dusse, on the other hand, took one end with responsibility, and Riza Hendricks first, and then Markram took the game. So kudos to South Africans for their display of batting, and West Indians, they were a little less than what we have expected from them.
Well, Warrior Sam in the comments is asking what's happening with Quinton de Kock. Yes, we'll come back to that matter later. But Himanshu, a word on Lendl Simmons, 16 of 35 at a strike rate of 45 runs per 100 balls. So, your thoughts on Lendl Simmons at the top of the order, and still West Indies not backing Chris Gale to open the innings?
So I still don't understand what anyone thinks why they are sending Chris Gale down the order. At at times I can understand number three because sometimes openers do get out early, so is as good as opening. But Chris Gale has destroyed throughout his career as an opening batsman. One season just to accommodate him in the team, Punjab played him at number three. He performed well, but after that he has never performed well at number three. So I don't understand what's the point of playing him lower down the order. He first first of all he creates the threat and pressure on the opposition bowlers by just standing over there, and in power play just his presence might anyways when the bowlers are coming in they are under pressure, and just his presence might even cause them to differ from their lines. So that's a bit baffling decision. But coming to Lendl Simmons, 16 of 35 is, I know the pitches are not easy to bat on, but 16 of 35 is atrocious. And instead of dot ball, try to take single, don't go for the swings, big swings and anything. Yes, Omkar wanted to say something.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that the pitches are not that difficult to bat on. You saw Markram, then Van der Dussen, even Lewis, Karen Porat, they were playing at a strike rate of 130. So at least you should have maintained the strike rate of 130, 120 instead of
Yes.
playing a test innings. Because what happens, out of 35 balls, even if he would have scored 40, then almost 25 to 30 runs more added would have
Scenario would
added
have been
more
different.
pressure on
Yes.
South Africa.
Yes.
True.
Actually, I agree absolutely. And but even Van der Dussen did play a slow innings, but he didn't go completely test match. At least he kept it to one day innings. But Simmons, this costed, I guess, West Indies, and that early boost of confidence did help South African bowlers, I guess.
True, and Lendl Simmons actually in the power play, he took a lot of deliveries as well. So that built a lot of pressure on Evan Lewis and Pooran who followed him. So Amog, now talking about Quinton de Kock's matter, Cricket South Africa have released an official statement that they'll need all their players to take the knee against the Black Lives Matter movement. And Quinton de Kock, we've seen it in the past. In even in South Africa that he stood. He didn't take the knee because of some reasons. We're still not sure about that. But what is your take on Quinton de Kock making himself unavailable for this match just because of this move by Cricket South Africa?
Well, I think we will have to look into the details of the matter to be able to build an opinion. As of now,
Yeah.
all we know that he has not agreed, or there are just statements, rumors coming out that it was because of the directive that came from the Cricket South Africa that he did not take the knee and he made himself unavailable. But I think we need more concrete reports and some official statements in order to build an opinion. And look, it can be a matter of personal opinion, so we would not want to go and hinder someone's personal space, I feel,
True.
personally. But I would, yeah, so that's what I feel actually, that if it's something personal, and if it is not if it is not hindering the what can we say, if it is not hindering the beliefs of some community or the beliefs of some other person, then I think we should respect that, whatever he feels, because it's not right or wrong, and we don't know yet whether he stands against the black lives or anything like that, and I don't think it's that serious of an issue. So I think we really need to wait for a concrete statement and then have our opinions on this.
True, true, true. Whatever it is, it's a very sad news for South Africa cricket because
Yes.
Jack Callis has been through this. A lot of South African players have been through this in the past, and we certainly hope that this is not another, gloomy time for South African cricket. But Omkar, a word on Quinton de Kock. I mean, at the top of the order, you already mentioned in the pre-match how important he is. What are your thoughts on this particular matter? Do you think that the decision should be solely with the player because of these things, or do you think that the board has to have some control over them?
See, in South African cricket, even in the country, we have seen that there is a policy that there should be a balance between the players. That there should be some black and white in the South African team. So this is for them
True.
actually. It's a quite a sensitive matter. For us, it might say that for Quinton de Kock, maybe it's. I feel like he must have not taken the stand because he might have feel that because of this policy or reservation, the white people don't get much chances, and they fly to other countries and play county there, and even sometimes they take the nationality. Like even Grant Elliott
Hmm.
was a South African. He went to New Zealand. Then the Curran brothers were South African. They went to England. Even Jonathan Trott was a South African. He went to England. So there are some. It is a quite a sensitive matter, and I don't think that anyone should force anyone to do this because it's completely their call. And if he doesn't do that, it doesn't mean that he's a racist guy. Quinton de Kock is a quite a gentleman of the game because you don't often see him mocking anyone or even arguing with the umpire if the decision is wrong. He just stays calm and plays his game and just wins you the matches.
True, true, true. Let's go back to the cricket now. What happened today? Only one wicket of a bowler from the West Indies, Akil Hussain, taking that wicket. Other than that, the West Indies bowling looked completely flat. And we've always made that point that West Indies' strength is their batting. So until and unless they post what 180, 170, they won't be able to defend it with this bowling lineup. So, Mohit, your thoughts on the West Indies bowling lineup, especially you see Ravi Rampal, he's bowling at 135, 140 max, or delivery at 140. Dwayne Bravo is again bowling at 135. Then you've got the sixth bowler in Pollard. So do you think they lack pace, or what do you think are they lacking at the moment in their bowling?
Exactly, they lack pace, and the other thing is they don't have that quality spinners as well. Ravi Rampal is coming in also after so many years in the T20 side. Though he have played domestic games and CPL, but he lacks that international practice game. And if we talk about spinners, so they don't have that quality spinners, experienced spinners as well. Also, if we see the medium pacers like uh, Pollard and Bravo, they are not chipping in at important points in the matches. So yes, they are lacking pace, and the spinning department is what I feel is what is inexperienced.
So West Indies now have lost two games. Himanshu, what are your predictions for Group One? Because England, Sri Lanka, Australia, South Africa all have lost one. Sorry, all are on 2 points at the moment. In fact, Australia and England haven't lost one, but they've certainly won one game each. So this group is certainly turning out to be with some surprises, and some calculations are expected in the deep end of the tournament. So what are your thoughts? What are your predictions in this group?
They have named that group correctly. It's the proper group of death. Apart from
Hmm.
that qualifiers team, every team has already was strong. With these fairly strong enough, and or I thought earlier that England would qualify with a breeze. So that's, I think England will take one spot. But apart from that, it's still very dicey who, and not sure that who will qualify to the next round, because this group has for sure some surprises in store for us. It's this group will surely give us that entertainment factor in the World Cup for sure.
True, true, true. Well said. And Amok, talking about the other group now, you were anchoring the match between Pakistan and New Zealand. So, what do you think as an Indian? Whom are you supporting today? Omkar mentioned that he's supporting Pakistan because he wants one side to just go through and then New Zealand ko dekh
I
lenge
didn't
hum. So,
mention that once. I
Yes.
didn't mention that, but the scenario is like we desperately have to see Pakistan win for us to qualify.
No,
I
but
didn't mention
no,
that I'm
but
supporting them tonight.
yeah, but we actually have to support Pakistan. There's no
We desperately have to
there's
support
nothing.
them. It's like gadhe ko baap banana
true.
pade.
Yes, no, it's nothing like that. I mean, we have to support Pakistan today if we want to be in a good position to be able to qualify, and there's no shame in accepting that because if Pakistan win today, they go through with 4 points, and it's very important to keep New Zealand at zero because we'll be facing New Zealand, and all games from here are must win, and such is the unpredictability. Oh my God, of the tournament because we have just played one game. We just played one game till now, and it puts us in a situation where we have to win all now. And
All game.
Yes.
in today's game as well, we are dependent on Pakistan to win, so that we can be in a better position. So I think yes, we have to accept that we want Pakistan to win today, and we want to win every game from here on. So I am still hoping that Pakistan and India qualify from our group, and maybe from that group, England and Australia. Yes, because of in the start of the tournament I would have said West Indies, but now that they've lost 2-2, England and Australia. Yes.
Well,
Well,
Abhinav has a different
Afghanistan.
opinion here.
Yeah. Well, even I think New Zealand will win today's game. I don't know why. It's just a gut feeling, but
True, true.
yeah,
But if
Afghanistan.
today's game is won by New Zealand, then as Amok told, every game for us becomes a virtual qualifier, and if
and
New
and
Zealand
even if
wins,
and even if we win 4 out of 4, then we are still not guaranteed a place in the semi-finals, mind you. Because then it comes over to the run rate, and
another
if we say
scenario
if
came
अपना
in.
और अफगानिस्तान का point same हो गया, so we don't need to tell everyone that Afghanistan का run rate is like petrol
But
का price
True.
now,
still,
it's
Afghanistan has to
unachievable.
face us, Pakistan, and New Zealand. It's not
New
going to be a
Zealand. Yeah.
cakewalk for them after yesterday's win.
So even
Yes,
if they
but they
lose
also have
what
to
two
face,
games,
but they also have to face Namibia. So even if they win,
Yeah, but
true.
two
out of the
wins
four
and
games,
three
even if they
losses
win
will just
two,
eliminate them.
So it's basically like if Afghanistan lose two out of these three important games, then we have a better chance, and that's what we'll be expecting. So we are expecting to defeat Afghanistan, and we are expecting someone from Pakistan or New Zealand to defeat Afghanistan as well. But a lot of maths coming into play too early in the tournament is what I feel. Yes, Sunday's match is over, but we've still not digested what has happened on Sunday. But indeed, a pleasure to talking to all of you. Some amazing analysis from both the matches. In fact, Pakistan versus New Zealand starts in 10 minutes from now on. So we're
Yes.
expecting that to be a good game at Sharjah as well. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks Himanshu. Thanks Mohit. Thanks Amog and Omkar for the analysis. And thank you to all our viewers for tuning in. Let's hope we have a good game.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you, guys.
yes.
Thank you.